Hunt Showdown is the best of all the Fortnite and PUBG type games out there. How many games give you nightmares after playing it for just 30 minutes? This is a gorgeous but incredibly tense and scary game. It must be over a year old now, but free for 4 days this Easter weekend after adding lots of new, better features and changes. It was free last June, then last September, and now. If you need to compare it to something, it's sort of a PUBG game, only with much more dangerous monsters covering the map that you have to avoid or work your way through before fighting it out with other humans, by yourself or in a group. And the graphics are from Crytek, who made the Far Cry and Crysis games, so this isn't cartoony graphics, it's raw horror. And this is no run and shooter, but a stealthy game. You don't hunt so much as stalk if you want to survive. And you can end the game by reaching an extraction point as opposed to having to kill everybody. Also, you're competing with other players, but will likely have to join up with them to collect the bounty required to win. That's guarded by what I'd call a Resident Evil boss battle. There are now 4 different ones that are randomly chosen from each game. It's an interesting setting. You're in the post-U.S. Civil War, Louisiana, in a bayou filled with zombies and demons. You can dodge and hide from the slower-moving zombies, but not from the demonic canines or the zombies that send out a swarm of poisonous wasps to attack. There are also some that have leeches that they throw off their body, and some are carrying flames or on fire that actually touch you and will set you on fire. And if you throw fire, it hits the zombies, burns, it spreads through the grass and buildings, stops the water. The fire effects are just beautiful and properly obey physics. You have a variety of weapons, but none let you mow down even the intermediate enemies with impunity. And the more powerful weapons are silent, which is a big deal when trying not to be noticed by the enemy. And once you've killed the boss and are running for an escape spot, everyone else sees a guide as to where you are, so everyone's after you. Those easily addicted to loot-based games will fall hard to this. Some who love horror too, but it's fun, and that should be the main draw for everybody, or anybody. Now, I play this on an Xbox One, as you need a really strong computer to play with maxed out settings, and the Crytek engine works well on the Xbox, and on the computer, obviously. There is some stuttering I noticed during one boss fight with a giant spider rapidly running along the walls and ceiling at you. I'm shuddering just thinking about what that did to me the first time I saw it in the tutorial, or actually each time afterwards. The graphics are obviously beautiful, but the sound design should also be commended. And I'm wondering how much more terrifying the game would be if I had a great surround system set up for my console. You rattle chains as and you step on leaves that crunch. You always have your ears open as much as your eyes when you're working your way through a heavily wooded area, approaching a bounty, wondering if other players are hiding, waiting for someone to come along. Every now and then you'll scare like a bunch of birds, crows on the ground, pecking at a corpse, or ducks in the water, and you kind of, oh boy, everyone can see it and know something's coming, or just, disturb nature. For achievement collectors, not too great. You should get an easy 90 or so points just playing it free for 2 to 5 hours, but after that it'll take some dedication and luck if you want to steadily earn them all. You do stuff like kill a lot of monsters, complete bounties, rise in levels, etc. for all your games. This is definitely worth checking out and trying. It's an excellent game, just scary. It's a good first-person shooter, but this is not a run and shoot with the big assault weapons or even long-distance sniping. You have older weapons, so it's a little more stealthy-based, but it's excellent.